Kia ora and welcome to another Manaiakalani Fast Forward 20 podcast. Today we have the incredible Jarna Parsons with us. Welcome, Jarna.
Welcome. I'm here. Thank you.
She is here. So Jarna, GI local, went through Point England Kindy, Point England School, Point England's Immediate, Tamaki College. Really born in here, have never left.
Yep. I never left. Still here.
First of all, thank you so much for coming on. We're going to hear our listeners and myself I'm really excited for today. We're going to hear some pretty cool stuff about yourself and what you do with what you've done with your career and what you continue to do. But if you can just tell us a little bit about your childhood growing up.
I can't really remember much about primary. Maybe it's a trauma thing. I don't know. But I always had a lot of fun at Point England, especially with the technology. And I'm really into content creating right now, and I think they had a big part because pretty much from we were like 5, we were already animating things, and it's like, I can't animate now, but I wish I could still. But yeah, just stuff like that, video editing. I got into that at Point England, and just I remember it being really fun. And then going into Tamaki, I think I got more into music then because it wasn't as video content or like animation heavy in high school. But we had like other subjects, and I really enjoyed doing music, and I think that's what helped me go into my career path now.
Yeah, so what kind of age were you at when you kind of realized like, man, I actually have a voice. I can do something with this voice. Like when did that kind of start?
I think it started in year 11, but I didn't realize it until my parents were like, well, you gotta either go uni or get a job. And I was like, well, I'm only really good at one thing, and that's either sports or music, and I'm not that fit, so I'm gonna go into the music path. So I think it was near the end of high school. We had to write songs for our assessments, and then my music teacher at the time, Mr. Talofoni, he took us to all these different universities, and so the one that really stood out for me was the pop school, Popular Music in Auckland Uni, and it's a songwriting course. So did that for 3 years, and then just started making music on my own, and then just kind of popped off from there.
I mean, we'll talk about this popped off a little bit later. But so if we go back to like Tamaki College, and was there something that like in those year 11 days when you first started kind of enjoying music a bit more, was there something that happened at school, or was it more of like an outside passion? Like how did that kind of start?
I think it was just having my main group of friends in music with me, and we all just would jam, and I think it was just really having fun in music. I think that was the main thing, and just like having freedom to be silly and not be too serious with our songs and stuff. So I'd say it was like friends, community.
So after, when you kind of look at the universities, what's I heard you say pop school or something?
Popular Music or pop school.
Was that part of the university, or?
Yeah, it's a course. Like you can get your bachelor's or even master's, I think. But so it's an actual like thing you can study. So it's pretty much a songwriting course, but you do a lot of things within it. So you get like not free lessons, but you pay for it. But it's within the course. Okay. We do some music production. But it's mainly songwriting and performance, like performing live and stuff.
Music is so creative.
Yeah.
And like, I think when I think of, have you always had those creative juices like through you? Like, has that always been a thing about you?
I think so. Maybe not like my own creation stuff, but definitely like I loved movies, and I did media study in school, and which also led into like filming. So we had to make little movies. So I think it was just, having the access to be creative, which is definitely what helped. But it was just being surrounded by creative people. My family, a majority of my family can sing, so we always did karaoke and sung stuff. So it's just always been there, I think. I
was thinking, like when I was thinking about it, I was like, I did SingStar when I was a kid, and I
SingStar,
and I smashed SingStar, but I never got to the career that you did. The show was about the limit for me, and even then I still get told to shush from But so is that kind of I suppose the family dynamic of like karaoke and singing together took you to where you're at as well?
And I think just your family always supporting you, being like, man, you can sing, so like go do something with it, and you're like, psh. no, I want to go play basketball. It's like, oh. And then you finally click like, oh yeah, like I am actually quite good at this. So
I suppose this is the interesting part too that I am really curious about. So you finish uni and you've got your paper. I assume
Nope.
Oh, you don't?
I didn't actually finish.
Oh, okay.
So I did 3 years, and then a lot of stuff just happened. COVID.
Okay.
It was also COVID at that time,
bro.
in my last year, and then our course got all just really messy, and then I was kind of starting my career by then,
Okay.
and I got a little bit of a taste, and I was like, I think I've got enough from uni
Yeah.
to like move on, because I had a lot of papers left that were just added, so I was like, oh nah, I want to just try see where I go. But yeah, so after that, in my 3rd year I was releasing music, and then just kind of just kept going from there, but I never finished.
I suppose it's kind of one of those degrees that like you probably just keep going until you're like, actually I've got enough that I need from like this, like and now I'm gonna move into this other space. Like I suppose you don't really need to.
Yeah, I find with creative things, not all creative things, but things like music and even like video making stuff, you don't need to study for it, but it's more so, I will say it did help with connections. Like I was
gonna say the relationships.
I met a lot of musicians and my friends, and then so I definitely at least try it, and then I found you always get something out of it. Like even if you don't finish, it's always good to try. I have a lot of good friends, a few famous friends just from like being involved.
I know you say like we just jammed, like
yeah.
But like and it might be as simple as that, but I know in terms of like when you finish, or when you decide that uni you got what you needed from it, can you like explain to us a little bit about how you kind of segued and what that really looked like, like in terms of making?
So because of my last year, I said it was COVID. The producer I was working with at that time lended me some music gear. Okay. Because I already had the basics to like record my vocals, but having that time during COVID, I was making a lot of music, just writing, even if it was just for Instagram. But then it eventually moved on to being full songs. Getcha. So it was just I just learned how to make my own music, as in like beats and stuff. Wasn't that good back then, but it was mostly just being able to have your songs from just you and your guitar to being put into like the software, and then eventually being put out into the world.
That's crazy. Like, so did you learn how to do all the editing, or did someone do that for you? Like,
yes, I was learning how to do the basic vocal edits at the time, but I did pass it on to my producer.
Oh, nice.
To like, polish it and make it sound nice. So I just, but now I can do that myself now, because I took the time to, but at that time, I just did like the necessities I needed to get it done from home.
Nice. Nice. I suppose that makes it's kind of harder because it makes it easier but harder.
Yeah.
Probably save you costs though doing it. But
a lot of costs, yes.
The first kind of song that you dropped and like how that all happened. Yeah. Like, can you tell us a little bit about that? Yeah,
the first song I ever released properly was called Crush in 2020, because I was making songs in 2019, but I dropped fully in 2020. Yeah, I was just working with the producer at the time, and then we just had so many songs in the bank, and we're just kind of picking which one would like, I guess, establish me as an artist. Okay,
that's going to be a big one to start, eh?
Yeah, so I picked one called Crush, and it's very poppy, very K-pop, I'd say, but before K-pop was big, so I guess that's why it was kind of good. Very different, and then it was put onto New FM through a contact, and just kind of
went from
did quite good, and then just kept releasing. I think I released every month that year.
Holy.
Yeah, and I think I also dropped a mixtape that year as well.
What's a mixtape? Can you tell us?
It's pretty much, it's just like an album without calling it an album. Oh, okay. Because I guess album is like a story, but because my songs didn't really relate, I just called it a mixtape. So it's just a bunch of songs.
I didn't even realize that was a thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. So an album is like a story of
a story, like all the songs kind of have something that relate to each other. Yeah.
That's what Taylor Swift does.
Yes.
She gets you.
Yes.
She pulls at those heartstrings.
Yeah.
Like, have you got a team with you at that point? Like, is there a manager?
I had a producer, and he was kind of my manager, but not, like, I didn't sign anything.
Okay.
But it was just pretty much me and him. And then he was teaching me how to do all the admin, like how to do everything myself. And then after that year, kind of stepped away from, I just wanted to learn how to do things myself.
Nice.
Just so I know.
Yeah.
And I'm aware. And yeah, I kind of just took over from there. I started doing everything myself. So I'm still self-managed. Yeah.
Oh, well done. That's so cool.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I could imagine.
It's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
Yeah. I know you've done like collabs with other people and stuff. Like, how does that work? Is it just literally I'm going to DM you on Instagram? Like, how does it work?
Yeah, it just depends. Like, it's either if I don't know them, either I'll DM or they'll DM.
Okay.
And then I guess if you just click and you're like, let's
do
it. And then you're either in the session together or just sending it back and forth online.
Oosh.
Or it's literally like usually just in the same room at the same time, just happen to be there. It can happen just like however. But the main one is, online messaging. Yeah. Not really email. I think if you get emails, that's a bit weird.
Yeah. Like, why are you emailing me
why are you emailing me? Just hit me up on Instagram.
Like Gmail chat.
Yeah, and it's always the most random emails. And they like type like little kids, and I'm like, you look like a scammer right now.
I'm not giving you my
I'm not giving you my...
Let's rewind back to 2022. You receive an award as the most promising artist at the Pacific Music Awards. Yeah. That is huge. Like, congratulations, firstly. Like, what did that mean to you at the time? Like, can you tell us a little about that? 2022,
I was 2 years in to my career.
And you win that award.
Yeah, I thought it was so crazy because I didn't drop that much. And I guess in 2021, I didn't drop that much. So it was really, I said it was quite surprising that I got it that year.
Yeah.
But I guess it meant a lot because I was like, damn, people forgot about me. And then I got the award and I was like, okay, maybe I'm not forgotten.
I'm still here.
So now it was, I think it's just nice having that validation from the community, especially the Pacific music community.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really cool.
So at that point, had you done much collabing with other people, or was it mainly your own stuff?
No, it was mainly my own stuff. Even now I haven't really, on my own stuff, I haven't really put many features on.
Okay.
So, but I have done more in the last couple years. But yeah, at that time, it was mainly just me. Yeah.
Is that validation from like community, from your listeners? Like, did your listeners grow at that point? How did that kind of have an effect on you?
I think because the awards, it's kind of like a panel of musicians, people in the industry. So I think, it was just validation from, I guess, the higher ups. Just kind of like, I am seen kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, my listeners were, I would say, more active then than they are now, just because I haven't done as much lately. But yeah, I was just having that, I guess, feeling like I was supported in a way. Yeah.
Let's go back to like when you were at school. What were some of the early opportunities you had to use technology creatively? Remember you talked about your animation and stuff that you use, and then obviously your music and tamaki. But is there any other things that you remember, or even if you could talk us a little bit more about that, about using technology creatively?
I think the first kind of opportunity was being in the news crew at Point England.
Oh, okay.
I was
PNN?
Yeah, I was. I got the chance to be a presenter and behind the camera, so I was kind of like a bit of everything. So that's kind of the first thing that was fun, and just knowing like the little ins and outs of like green screen and having the text right behind the camera, so it doesn't look like you're reading it. And then the animation stuff, just for our own projects. Yeah, and even just making our small short films for the film festival, Manaiakalani Film Festival.
Yeah.
That was another one. So that was just cool to be able to do that as a child. It was really cool.
Do you remember what age you were when you were doing that?
I think I was in intermediate, year 7. Yeah.
Yeah, that's PNN still goes. Still
Lovely.
going hard at school. Yeah, it's cool.
I felt like I was like, damn, I'm cool. I'm on when everyone sits in class and you're just like that's me. So I guess that's like my first TV appearance. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, like, in terms of yourself, like, do you find yourself like quite a confident person?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I have grown a lot more confidence in myself, but I wouldn't say I'm a confident person. I'm still quite shy and reserved, but I think now I've learned to be confident where I need to be.
Okay.
Yeah, when I need to be, sorry. Yeah.
Do you think like there were any times that you can remember that confidence kind of grew in yourself? Like, were there certain times of your life where you felt like kind
Yeah, I think the first one was kind of high school when we had to perform in front of peers, in front of the class, and then even in assembly and stuff.
Okay.
So that was the first one. And then the second one would have been at uni, again, having just to perform live in front of people. And then, yeah, from on there, just the same thing, but bigger audiences and more cameras and stuff. So, yeah.
Because it would be like more, if I think about performing in a studio compared to performing live, like those are very different things. Like
Very
performing live would
different.
be way more nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Even though when you perform in a studio, thousands of more people listen to that.
Yeah. I think it just depends on the person. Because I've
Okay.
talked to other people and they're like, oh, like I love performing on stage. But then when I'm in the studio, just one-on-one with the producer, I'm like so scared. Because it's very intimate when you're in the studio.
Of course.
Because you're like, it's like this, but it's like,
You're
you can
singing.
hear everything.
Oh,
so
yes,
it's-
yes.
Yeah. So it just depends on the person. I would say I prefer the studio, but that's just because I love creating, like the creative process of song making.
Yeah.
But I also love performing. But if I got to choose to not have to do one, I would always choose the studio.
Fair
first.
enough.
Yeah.
Fair. That's cool. But even like if you're like performing live, I'm just thinking in my head, like if you're performing live, majority of the people there are going to be your fans, or like so
People
like
you know, yeah.
they are going to be vibing hard for
Yeah.
like what you're singing. So
So yeah, you get that confidence.
I suppose
seeing
even
them in the crowd.
I suppose they like singing along to your songs.
Yeah.
Bro, is that crazy when you hear like people singing along to your songs?
Yeah.
Like
It's just like, damn. How do you know that? It's like, oh yeah, it's been out for a while, but yeah, it's just cool.
like that's me. I made
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, it's really cool.
Oh, that's so cool. Going back to like schooling at Tamaki in Point England and having those digital affordances that you had, was there any, like I know that in those times we were really lucky in having our technology compared to some other schools. Was there any time that you realized, like, even with the creative stuff, like, did you realize, man, my education is actually a lot different than other people's education, like friends or family or whatever it may be? Was there ever a time that you felt that?
Yeah, I think when I first went into even high school, just like from that first month, because of, you know, other kids come from outside schools, or even in the clusters, but they weren't the cluster schools back then. It was still kind of fresh. So it's just the difference in, like, I would say I was a bit more behind, not smart-wise, but like maths and stuff. It was just a little bit harder. But when it came to like the technology stuff, or even just being able to do stuff on the computer, I was so much more advanced. And then I think that's where I got the advantage, because everything slowly moved fully to Chromebooks and stuff, and other kids were still like, oh, I don't even know how to make a like presentation or something. So it's like, damn. So I guess, I did I was lucky getting that head start.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about like what your life looks like now, what you do for mahi and...
I work at Tamaki College, my old high school.
Throwback.
Why am I back now? I'm just a teacher assistant in the music department with my mate Eugene Teolilo. It's funny.
Man.
It's so funny. We actually went to uni together.
Oh, buzzy.
So when he was like, should I go... probably shouldn't say this, but should I go... I was like, Southern Cross or Tamaki? I was like, oh, maybe you should go Tamaki. You know, they're really good. Knowing that I was already going there. And I was like, I got you now. But so now it's really fun having my mate, but also a really experienced jazz musician, or just musician in general. He's like one of the best drummers. So it's really cool being able to teach this generation of kids how to be, how to be musicians and stuff, and just having that more industry focused learning, just so, you know, there's actually a career after high school if you really do want to do music. So that's what we do at Tamaki. And so yeah, I'm working there part-time and then also, I guess, full-time musician. I'm actually also casually employed at Pacific Media Network. So I do the ads and stuff for New FM 531 PI. Just record and just edit all that stuff. So that's kind of cool.
You even have like a life outside of like work.
So technically 3 jobs, but still not full-time pay.
But still waiting for a contract.
So yeah, that's kind of
what I'm
doing at the moment.
Man, yeah, it's Eugene, eh?
Yeah, Eugene.
Man, he's gifted too. Man,
He's
Tamaki
crazy.
have got a couple of pretty amazing musicians. Like, and I like the stuff that I know we were just talking off camera before about one of our kids, Victoria, that's there.
Yes.
And like, incredible singer.
Crazy voice.
And like how we were saying about, they're going to be taught how to sing and taught these things, but like the gift that you have and Eugene about talking about what industry looks like and how to get into it and like that's a whole nother.
Yeah.
That a lot of like, well, no hate on music teachers over here, but a lot of music teachers probably wouldn't be able to teach that.
Yeah.
That's something that
that's
you
really
guys,
cool.
Man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Those Tamaki College kids don't know
They
how
don't
lucky
even
they have
know.
it.
So come on, guys, come to class.
Just turn
and
up.
actually do your work.
Yeah. In terms of your like music career now that you spoke about, like 100% full-time musician, is it kind of like after you finish school, you do a little bit for your like New FM and stuff, and then is it straight into the computer or?
So so I work most of the day. New FM is just kind of when I get called in, so that one's it's not really as intense. But then I'll get home, have my lunch, then I will either go to the studio or stay at home and do some mixing for other people or my own stuff. But I actually just got a residency at a studio until September, so I'll definitely be more tired in the next few months. Thursday, Friday, I'll probably be shooting over, working till like 7 p.m. in the studio. So I think that's what it'll look like for me.
So watch the space.
If you need some mix and mastering, come to me.
So is that like so in terms of like being in the studio, because now you're doing all your producing and stuff yourself, are you?
Yeah.
So do you just go there by yourself? Or is it, like, how does that work?
I actually have a home studio. But it's just like gear. So I do most of my own stuff and like the post editing stuff at home. But then I'll go to the studio if I have like a client or some friends that want to jam or just like be recorded. So that's when I'll use the space.
Yeah. Oh, man. So as a Manaiakalani lifelong learner, as we had taught early on, we still always are. So where do you kind of, we look future, like we've fast forward 20 years to where we are now, and then if we look forward to another 20 years, like what are some goals that you have for yourself in 10 or even 20 years time? Like have you thought that?
Yes, ahead? I have thought that far ahead.
Cool.
I think at first I wanted the fame and, all the touring and stuff, but the more I've done music, I just want to build a steady career. Like I want to be able to live off of my music and not have to work a 9 to 5. Sorry, Tamaki College, but that's like my dream is to, I guess, work with big time artists or just have a lot more clients and just be involved more. And I think one big goal I'd love to have is my own like space, like that's not my house, like separate for music.
Little studio.
Yeah, even not even just a studio, like I guess kind of like this, having different spaces for people that can come and use. Like they can't like so expensive and like just
community space.
Community space, But and then space for where I can step out and actually like do work, so I'm not lazy. But that's like a big one, is just being able to live off of my dream. Yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool. Cool. So as we kind of wrapping up, a couple of questions that I have for you to finish us off is, first one, a widely debated question. What are your thoughts on students using technology in school?
I think it's a tool, and I understand where it can go wrong. as I've seen it myself. But I think just, really driving it into the kids how, like, important it is nowadays. Like, everything is online, but also knowing how to figure out what's right, like what is real and what's not real. So I guess just you can't stop the future. You can't stop them from being on technology because it's gonna happen eventually. So I think getting that head start, especially as a parent, maybe even you knowing what the technology looks like in schools, so you understand what is happening, and then I think it's really important. It just everything is going technology now, so get off the program.
You don't want to be that step behind, eh?
Yeah.
I think even when you talked about like when you went from Point England to Tamaki College and you had that experience of being just digitally fluent, I suppose is a word you can use, and other kids not having that, you'd notice a difference. Yeah. Is there someone that you'd like to give a shout out? Someone in your life? I know you've probably got multiple people in your life that have helped you kind of carve the person that you're becoming. Not becoming. Watch the space. But is there someone that you'd like to give a shout out and just kind of tell us a bit about that person?
I think I'll go career based. I think I'll do two people. I think it's from high school, Miss Ferguson and Mr. Talafoni. Miss Ferguson was my mentor teacher pretty much the whole time, year 9 to 13. And she's actually my HOD now. She's so cool. And Mr. Talafoni was my music teacher at the time. He was my old HOD before he left for Aurere. I think just having the support, because, your teachers are kind of like your second parents, because I think I say you're with them more than your own parents while you're there. So I think just having that support, and it was just, Mr. Talafoni was really good at like not letting us give up on ourselves almost. Like, he would push if it wasn't good, like, no, that was achieved, and you're like, oh. So then, it was really cool having that that push behind you.
It's that gentle force.
Oh,
man, that's cool. Shout out to Miss Ferguson.
Yes, sir.
We take our kids down to tech from Point England. And when she was working as the cooking teacher, she'd always make sure that us teachers were fed as well. But she's OG. She is, Miss Ferguson's man. I don't think I've met Mr. Talafoni, but I've heard a lot about him.
Yeah, he was really cool. He's not dead. He's just not a Tamaki.
He's just not a Tamaki, I guess wrapping us up, what's one message you'd like to share with adults who may not realise how students in Manaiakalani are being set up to succeed?
I would say really, like, ask your kids what they're doing in school, and like try and get past that. Just doing this, doing that. But like try and really understand what they get up to, because Manaiakalani, especially like I've been saying with all the technology stuff, just having that creative space to be able to like do the not just schoolwork but the fun stuff, like create movies for the film festival or go to different events, even just having all the other schools around, like it's really good with all the technology stuff, because like I said before, everything's going AI technology, but Manaiakalani is really I guess paved the way for technology in schools. Like having Chromebooks in schools is just crazy to see, because you never see it in movies and stuff. But when you go into the real world, into jobs, everything is your laptop or your computer. And if you don't know how to work a basic system,
you're
it's
so
like,
far behind.
And you're already far behind, and you most likely won't get the job or you won't last there. So I think just having that advantage is something to, really understand.
I think one thing you keep talking about that really like relates to me, and I think it's so much myself, even in terms of being a teacher and what I want to prepare for my kids, is like, you're right, having the technology there as a tool. Yeah. But you talk so highly about how Manaiakalani gives you so many creative opportunities. And I think that's so true about, and I think about what I'm doing for my kids, and you probably think the same when you're at Tamaki. And I think it's so important that we continue giving the kids these creative opportunities, and exposing them to like this kind of stuff, like being in a podcast studio in GI and all these cool things that probably wouldn't happen otherwise. But yeah, I think that's something that I love that you keep talking about and pushing. Thank you so much for coming today. We're looking forward to you to keep growing and keep blowing up and keep dropping mixtapes.
Yeah.
We know what that means now.
Yes, we know what that means now.
And maybe even an album one day.
Oh, surely one day soon.
But yeah, you're so talented, and yeah, thank you so much for your time. 685 to the world.
Yes, sir.